Good morning, children. Today we are going to start with the last topic of ratio and proportion, that is direct proportion and inverse proportion. Now, it's a very important topic because in most of the competition, no matter any competition you go for, at least one question is always asked on this topic. So, also of course, from your examination point of view, uh, this type of question is very important. So, first and foremost, we have to understand what is direct proportion and what is inverse proportion, and what is the difference between both of them. That is, you have to understand the fundamental concept behind it. Now, what is direct proportion? All of you are familiar with these things. If two quantities are in direct proportion, then an increase or decrease in the first quantity causes an increase or decrease in the second quantity. That means if you are having X number of anything and you buy it for Y number of Y amount, then if X is increased by some number, then obviously cost will also increase. For example, if you have 2 pens, you buy it for 10 rupees. Now, if you have to buy 4 pens, you will be buying it for 20 rupees, obviously. So, cost is also increasing. This type of question is said to be in direct proportion, and in that case, we have the ratio P upon Q is equals to R upon S. Both the direct ratios are in direct proportion. You can directly multiply and get this and solve it for at least one of the unknown proportions. Now comes inverse proportion. Now, inverse proportion, many of the physical quantities are said to be inversely proportional. You will also study in many of the formulae you are getting inversely proportional value. That is, inversely proportional means 1 upon something. So, this type of thing is, that is, if two quantities are in inverse proportion, then an increase or decrease in the first quantity causes a decrease or increase in the second quantity. That is, if first quantity is increasing, second quantity will decrease. If first quantity is decreasing, second quantity will increase. Hence, it is said to be inversely proportional, and in that case, we invert the second ratio. So, P upon Q is equals to S upon R, and then simplifying, you get QS is equals to PR, and further you can solve it making use of this equation. So, children, I hope you have understood the concept behind direct proportion and inverse proportion. Now, we'll try to make use of this knowledge in exercise 8.3 problem sums.